It's been a very long time since I've done one of these online chats, and in fact, 3 years, Harry, in May this year since we had our first chat after the Ginetta scholarship. And I look a lot older. You look a little bit older than you did then, and a lot of water's flown under the bridge, isn't it, or flowed under the bridge? Can I ask you, since Ginetta? I mean, you had a good, successful run in Ginetta. What have you been up to car wise?
Yeah, well, first of all, yeah, it's been a while, but it's good to be back on here with you. Um, so I've been up to quite a bit. See, Ginetta Juniors. I did a bit of GB4. I've tested a McLaren GT4 with Elite, and I've also taken part in a bit of rallying. So quite a big mixture of cars, but I've been enjoying it all.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about all those. Obviously, Ginetta Junior, you were a multi-race winner. Not the easiest thing to do. So many drivers go into it, and many of them don't get on the podium. But you got on that top step 3 times, I think, during the season. That must have been a great thing to do. In what is a very, very international and strong competition.
Yeah, definitely. We were very lucky to have the support that we did, which I think was definitely part of the reason I had the success I did. Unfortunately, we didn't come away with a top three in the championship, but still fourth. I can't really complain with that against some really good drivers.
Yeah, I mean it's international, isn't it? You've got people that go on to international GT racing and higher levels. Ginetta has produced over the years, many drivers that have made it on the international stage, the world stage, in actual fact. And I was reminiscing at Blighton for the Dragon Sport scholarship, which we'll come on to a little bit later on, and this year's Ginetta scholarship. That I think two of the youngsters that we've had in there, either in scholarship or training or otherwise, were in F1 last year, either as test drivers or competing. So that just goes to show what a terrific link Ginetta has with the ladder and the top level of motorsport. So after Ginetta Junior, single seater. So it was with Elite GB4. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I after Ginetta Juniors, we were looking at what to do, and Elite came to us, and we came up with a plan to do GB4. We managed to do the first 3 rounds. The car, like, it was an amazing car to drive. It's very difficult, such a different driving style to what I was used to. But we gave it a go. I gave it everything. I was very lucky to have the support from Elite, and yeah, we came away with one win and a second place in just the first 3 rounds. So I think if we were able to compete in the rest of the championship, we would have been looking very strong by the end of the year. But unfortunately, we had to end it early. But very grateful for the opportunity I was given.
The win taken again in very strong company and at Silverstone. So to win there must have been, nice to have that on your CV.
Yeah, definitely. Again, yeah, like you say, the competition was very strong. Similar people to Ginetta Juniors with Liam McNeely fighting with me, but no, it was a good competition, and it's really brought me on as a driver.
That's good to hear. And then to sort of add to the mix and maybe back into the sports car route, you had the test in the McLaren again, I think in Elite colours. And Ed from Elite champions young drivers, doesn't he? And helps you guys a lot.
Yeah, Ed's been amazing for us. Yeah, helping us make the GB4 and then getting us in the GT4. But no, it's been an amazing journey with Ed, and we've had him out in the rally car as well. So I think yeah, it's a really good partnership between me and him, and yeah, hopefully there's some space to do some more with him in the future. But no, it's been really good what we've done with him.
What would you say was your favourite? And don't worry about what's going on now. But was your favourite Ginetta Junior racing, karting, the GB4 experience, or did the GT route, the GT test, give you more of a flavour for that? Which would you sort of go for if you had unlimited budget?
I think I'd have to say GB4 just because it's every kid's dream to be an F1 driver, at least anyone involved in motorsport. So I think I'd have to say the GB4. If I could have done more, I would have loved to. But then again, saying that, when we went out to test the GT4 car, I loved that as well. So I mean, I don't know. As long as I'm driving a car, I'm loving it.
And then the rallying, I saw when I looked over the old interview we did a few years ago. I think it was a second lockdown we were just going into when we spoke before. And one of the pictures that came up was your dad's Mark One Escort that he used to rally, and I think you've been rallying in a Mark Two. So, do you still got has Dad still got the Mark One as well?
Yeah, he's still got his cars, so hopefully one day he'll get them out and trust me enough to drive them. But no, we've been hiring cars from Jones Sport,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, Chris from Jones Sport has provided a really good car, Mark II Escort, for us to use, and yeah, we've had some pretty good success with it.
That'd be good. What was it you got Ed out rallying in?
Ed had to go in the Mark II that I was using, but he also had to go in an Evo 9, so some proper power.
Nice that you gave him the chance to get back out and get him actually driving rather than standing on the sidelines. And fair play to him for putting his reputation on the line. Talking about reputations on the line, we've seen you at a couple of scholarships recently, and I'll do them in chronological order. The first one was the JCW Mini Scholarship, which kicked off in London. So it was nice to see you in London in the electric karting arena, and having a chat. And it went quite well for you overall, that event.
Yeah, the mini scholarship went very well for us. Yeah, like I say, started off at Canary Wharf. I loved that day. Um, although it was back to karting and indoor karting, it's strange. It was just a very enjoyable day. Seeing loads of people who I had raced and seen previously, but all of us just enjoying. Really, I think that's what the day was about. So that was really enjoyable. And then we moved on to the next round, actually getting to drive the Mini Cooper. Again, a really good car. My first experience of front wheel drive. But no, managed to get through again to the final stage, and it came down to the wire. I think it was a very close decision for them to make, but unfortunately, I didn't quite take that one home. But I was very fortunate to get the prize from Napa and Alliance.
And that's in the bank, isn't it? If you get the opportunity to do some mini racing this year, you can put a little bit of budget towards it.
Yeah, so it's £7,000. It's £1,000 per round. So yeah, hopefully we can get out in the mini. As I really enjoyed driving their cars. So yeah, hopefully we can sort something out to be back out. But yeah, we've got our main focus now for this year, so we'll see what more we can do.
Absolutely. I'll come on to that in a minute, but just sticking with minis for a while, and this is sort of my sort of curiosity and interest. The prize drive for that was for the JCW Sport, which is the detuned, maybe the wrong word, but slightly less powerful car to bring people into the JCW challenge. Did you drive that one? I know the Coopers were there, a lot of Cooper cars there, but did you get a chance to drive the new Sport?
Yeah, so for the finalists, we all got a run in the JCW Sport car. So like you say, it's the JCW car with slightly less power and H pattern. So along the same lines, but it's kind of just a stepping stone in between the Cooper and the JCW car.
And what was the difference between that and the Cooper?
Obviously the different shape, more power, everything else fairly similar. There's a few more buttons and stuff like that in the JCW Sport car, but no, they're fairly similar.
Noticeably quicker or more grip or?
Yeah, a fair bit more grip. And I noticed there was some what do you call it, torque steer, which I've never experienced before with being front wheel drive. So that was something to get used to. But yeah, just a lot quicker really and more grip.
Well, nice to hear about that, and congratulations on getting the runner-up prize in that. And this brings us on to sort of one of the main thrusts of talking today was to say many congratulations on winning the Dragon Sport Scholarship, which I was pleased to be involved with for the second year running, again up at Blighton. And we seem to. I think we've met now on 3 scholarships, and you're by no means the biggest number of meets that I've had in terms of scholarships, but it's always a pleasure to see you. And again, like the mini scholarship, I felt that if you'd put everybody in the Dragon Sport Scholarship into a championship, it would be one mega competition, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Every scholarship I've been involved with has had like immense competition. I think last year the Dragon Sports Scholarship, I didn't know too much about it then, but from what I've heard, the competition between then and this year has just been another level. and it's really good to see because it shows that Rhys and the team have really done a good job to promote it and to get it out there, and and it's really good to have that competition for them.
And on the day, I mean, I think the story's been told. Some people watching might not know that we didn't get our winner on the day, did we? So we ran out of light, and poor old Rhys and Max, it was, Blighton did their level best to get everybody out for their final runs, but the three of you that were in the final, obviously yourself, Matt Hyde, and Jack James, the light defeated you, and it was. I think you didn't get the final run, did you? If I remember correctly, the other two did. One of them was
No,
spin, and one had a good run. And Rhys, again, I'm not saying this because I was working for him on the day or anything else, but he did a mega thing, which was to take you three down to Brands Hatch just a few days later for a full test and evaluation day. So that's where I left the story. I obviously know you won, but tell us about that test day you had with Rhys alongside Matt and also Jack.
Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't quite get my run in, but no, very very lucky to have Rhys to offer this day at Brands, and it was an amazing day. I loved the whole day. So it was a run sat next to Rhys, just to show him who we are, what we can do. Then we had a qualifying sim and a race run. And it just gave a perfect opportunity for us to look into data and for the whole team to just meet us and see what they'd be working with and putting up with for the season.
I love you say putting up. Well, I don't think there's any of that, but what a fantastic group they are, aren't they? I mean, night before the scholarship, obviously you weren't there. I guess you'll be there for next year's scholarship, but the night before both years, Rhys gathers everybody around in the hotel, nice hotel too, looks after everybody, gets everybody to eat together. It is a proper. People talk about teams, but that is a proper team with some real gelling, isn't it? And the people that won last year still very much part of the operation.
Yeah, definitely. We came into it and then realised everyone from last year, every person who got a prize last year was still involved, and I think that's amazing because it really feels like a family. And although I've only been so far involved with a couple of days, I've felt so welcomed. And even though before they picked the winner, again, just felt so welcomed by the whole team.
The media interview was with me, also with Rhys's other half, Caris. And have you learned any Welsh yet?
Little bits, but I think I got to do a bit more learning now. Hopefully better communication throughout the season.
Yeah, I think we made a little bit of a joke of that before the interview, but fantastic team, great team. So I know what the prize is, but tell everybody for the sake of our chat what you've won.
So the amazing prize I've been very lucky to win is a fully funded season to race in the Britcar Trophy Championship alongside Rhys, reigning champion. So a lot to live up to. This is as well as a race out in the Spanish Endurance Championship, again in the Clio, the same as the Britcar Trophy, and also a test in Rhys's TCR car. So a very good year to be looking forward to.
It's an amazing prize, isn't it? Absolutely superb, and that's borne out by the entry we had up at Blighton, to be absolutely honest. And things like TCR show again the connection to a ladder. I know Rhys is keen to develop drivers for the endurance side of it, and we've had a couple of chats about that over the last few months. But a test in a TCR car isn't going to go unnoticed by many of the TCR teams as well. And that is very definitely a growing championship. It's getting higher profile every year. So that could well be a place for you in the future. Obviously, the other guys get prizes as well. Matt and Jack. Jack I actually met, like yourself, on the Ginetta scholarship, and I think he was a recreational karter. I think the first one to get to the finals, if I remember correctly. So he did superbly, and Matt as a Formula V champion. So all three of you would have been very worthy winners. But very well done on getting that, and I guess it made the long journey back from Brands Hatch to Wales very worthwhile.
Yeah, it did. But no, like you say, all three of us, I think, have done pretty well in previous years. But I think, yeah, like I said to you on the day at Blyton, I think any of us could have won. So I'm very, very fortunate to have taken that. But no, yeah, any of us could have won. The other two boys, great drivers, great people as well.
And we saw Rhys involving the runners-up last year in the team in various forms as well. So it seems that the prizes get bigger and better as we go on, and the bonds with the team are great. Just looking forward now, what's the next step for you, and when can we see you in action first off?
So we're just sorting out some dates with Rhys now to get out testing. So we've got a bit of pre-season testing to do before we get going at Donington. So hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be out, and yeah, I can't wait for it. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think this is gonna be a good season, so I can't wait to get started.
Probably worth me giving some of the other boys a little bit of a shout out, because it's Dragon Sport by Amigo Motorsport, isn't it? So Amigo, Rob Gaffney and John, his dad, who I've known since the G20 Ginetta Junior days. So there's always that kind of link back with Ginetta's, but they put together a good outfit, don't they, for the team?
Yeah, definitely. The car, the outfit, the whole team looks amazing. And I can't wait to get to know the guys more, and yeah, really hopefully build a connection over this year.
And it's all about now getting ready for that first test and race day, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely working hard on the same fitness, just trying to be the best driver I can be for this season, and really just keep improving my skills and getting ready for whatever this year throws at us.
Harri, thanks ever so much for taking the time to catch up with us. Congratulations not only on that prize in the mini scholarship, but being our Dragon Sport scholarship winner as well. Wish you and the team all the very best for the season.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.